My name is Brendan McCarthy, and I'm an associate professor in tax at the Kemi Business School. As an associate professor in tax and from 10 years working in practice as a chartered tax advisor, it's probably no surprise that my research interests lie primarily in the tax field, largely focusing on tax professionals. And you might say, well, why is that? Why should we look at them? Well, tax professionals play a key role in society. Indeed, they're critical to economies because, situated as they are between their clients on the one hand and tax authorities on the other, tax professionals are in a unique position to influence the amount of tax ultimately paid into the exchequer. How? Through the professional advice that they provide to their clients. And it's that tax that funds hospitals, schools, roads, and other vital public goods and services that we all rely on each and every day. And that's why I'm interested in tax. Well, as I say, my research is primarily in tax. So, together with co authors, we've really been looking at the past, the present, and indeed the future of the tax sector. In terms of the past, for example, we've looked at the development of the Irish 12.5% corporate tax rate. That was an oral history study. It's a method that's quite rare in business research, certainly in tax. And essentially, we invited key individuals, say from Department of Finance, Revenue and others, individuals who were instrumental in getting that tax rate over the line, a rate that has been critical to foreign direct investment in this country for more than 2 decades. In terms of more contemporary issues, a major issue facing accounting firms at the moment is the ability to attract and indeed retain the best and the brightest. So, in other words, employee turnover or exit. It really is a major problem. And research has long shown that one way to stem that tide in terms of employee exit is through the promotion of strong employee voice. And with that in mind, I conducted an in-depth study into employee voice of tax professionals working in Big Four accounting firms in terms of, say, the issues that they face, the factors that might encourage them to speak up or indeed to withhold, and how they go about it when they do decide to speak up about them. There's been significant academic interest in that project. We've had 3 publications so far, all in high-ranking journals, and there's more to come. So that's very much the past and the present of the tax sector. I've also been involved in research looking at the future of tax and accounting, particularly, say, in the context of AI. I've also written a couple of industry-focused pieces about, say, the Trump tariffs and what this could mean for Ireland, especially within the context of our prominent film industry. And that's certainly gotten attention. Well, that study into voice in the Big Four, that's almost complete now. So the next step really is to look at voice in non-Big Four settings. Big Four firms, in many ways, they're like multinational companies in terms of, say, their resources, their revenues, their global reach. They employ hundreds of thousands of tax and accounting professionals worldwide. But these professionals, they can also be found working in small and mid-tier accounting firms, in industry, in public sector, in academia. So the kinds of workplace settings which may not have the resources that a Big Four firm might have to dedicate to employee relations matters. I'm just rolling that study out at the moment, but that's going to be my focus for the next while. My research into voice has shown that tax professionals are keeping silent about a whole host of issues at work, including constructive ideas, things that could actually help their firms to operate more smoothly. What this means is that professional bodies like, say, the Irish Tax Institute, as well as higher education institutions like ourselves, we need to take steps to emphasise to our students the importance of always speaking up, irrespective of your area of expertise, the potential repercussions, or the complexity of the matter at hand. In other words, voice or speaking up, it starts right here in the classroom.